Some stories demand to be heard, and some journeys are so raw and so human that they grab you by the heart and they won't let go. Today's guest is one of those people with one of those stories. I'm Cathy O'Brien, and on this episode of Inside the Wellspace, I'm talking with Katie Thurston, the woman you may know as The Bachelorette. She was on The Bachelor, then The Bachelorette, and she won our hearts on television with her honesty and her humor and her authenticity. But Katie's story goes far beyond reality TV. Shortly after moving to New York with her husband, comedian Jeff Arcuri, she was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer. And instead of retreating, Katie chose to step forward, sharing her very personal and very raw journey with the world with the hopes of helping other women everywhere with early detection and having some sort of comfort with what it is a lot of us go through. Hi, Katie.
Hi. Thank you
so much for being here with us.
Thank you for that amazing introduction.
Well, it's you. I mean, it's your stuff. We met recently,
Yes.
which was such a pleasure. And I loved our conversation. I felt like
too.
you and I just went right into it. And there's something I think about those of us who have had cancer where we can just connect, in a completely different way about things because of the myriad of everything that comes into your headspace and life space around cancer. And you've chosen to tell your story with people, to share your story with people, which is really brave of you. Really, really, really brave and generous of you, actually, because it's not easy. Would you mind? I'm just going to turn it over. Can you just sort of tell us your whole story? How did we all meet you and fall in love with you? And then what the heck happened?
Well, it has been a crazy 5 years. I could have never predicted this, anything that has happened in my life. But I think that's life in general, right? Like you have a plan and then God laughs and says, let me show you what's really going to happen.
He's up there cracking up over all of us.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was back in 2020, I think, is where things just really shifted for me in life in general. It was the pandemic,
Right.
and I had applied for reality TV. At the time, I was 29, which in the reality TV space is, quote, old. So I was like, well, this is my last shot before I'm, too old for TV.
It's going out to pasture.
Literally, we might as well bury her now.
Yeah.
Crazy enough, they gave me the call back, and I got to be on The Bachelor to start. And then after that, was given the opportunity to then be the Bachelorette.
Because you were awesome. That's why. You were awesome.
I think it was an amazing group of women. Whatever goes into decision making in America and whatever, I was very lucky to be selected. And what's the expression? With great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah. Well, wait. Do you know what Oprah said?
What?
Oprah said, "There's no such thing as luck." She said, great things happen when opportunity meets preparedness.
I love that.
Right?
Yeah.
I love that too. And so you were prepared. You definitely were prepared.
I will say I do love a good manifestation.
Girl, love that too.
Yes.
It's all about the mind.
There was a few years prior that I saw a dress at TJ Maxx, and it was such a good deal. And I thought, where would I ever wear this? But I bought it with the idea, I go, if I'm ever on The Bachelor, I'll
Stop it.
And I bought the dress and I wore it during my
God.
on The Bachelor.
I love that.
I don't think I've actually shared that because I kind of forget. Yeah.
No. That is awesome. And you know what? These are little things that probably all of us do.
Yeah.
Kind of regularly. We're like, when I'm doing this, I'm going to be wearing that. Or whatever it is.
No, truly. And I think life is all about a mindset.
Yes,
and
totally.
So maybe a little bit of that had to do with it. And I mean, even where I'm at now, I'm am I delusional? I don't know, but it's helping me get through things.
Girl.
So
No, not delusional. No.
Well, thank you.
No.
Yeah, so I did The Bachelorette, got engaged actually.
From The Bachelor. You picked a bachelor.
I picked a guy.
Okay.
Yeah. But again, it was the pandemic. He was in Canada. It was just too hard, I think, living in different countries at this point. And then a lot of people don't know this because it kind of had a quick moment, but I did another reality dating show called F-Boy Island.
What's that? Oh. Oh.
That one was actually a little more fun because there was money to win.
Because they were F-boys.
There was F-boys, yeah, but my detection was pretty good. I picked a nice guy. Because that's how the show is. It's a mix of, F-boys, nice guys. You don't know who's who.
Right.
Money's on the line.
Right.
So I picked a nice guy. We split $100,000. That was the grand prize for that.
Was that after The Bachelor?
It was. And after The Bachelorette,
after
too.
The Bachelorette, you had broken up with Canadian boy.
I would hope so, yeah.
Okay. I would. Just wanted to get it clear.
I mean, not everyone does that, so it's a fair question.
Right. Yeah. Oh,
but yeah, I did that for a little bit.
Very cool.
And then, in all this time where I had this audience and opportunities kind of you can kind of do what you want to do. And I was like, I want to try comedy. Yeah. So I dabbled in comedy for about 2 years, which is then how I met my now husband.
Wait, that makes total sense. I was like, how did she marry a comedian?
Yeah.
Wait, where were you?
I was in San Diego.
Okay.
So initially my, at the time, fiance was supposed to move to San Diego with me, which was a new city for me as well.
And apparently like one of the best, most livable cities in the country.
It was a perfect transition of like, LA was too scary at first. But, you know, I lived in Washington my whole life.
Washington State.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And so San Diego, it felt like a good like transition place. It's slow, it's warm, whatever.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And that's where I started doing comedy, like open mics, meeting people.
That's really bold, actually. Good for you.
Loved it. I needed a creative outlet.
Yeah.
And it was actually something I'd always wanted to try.
Yeah.
But then the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
And so all the comedy clubs shut down. Because I was like, I'm going to do an open mic before I turn 30. And so then now I'm going on a quick side tangent. But I started posting on TikTok because everyone's locked in at home.
Right. What else are you going to do?
Yeah. And from that, I actually grew a pretty large audience to start, even before reality TV.
Oh my gosh.
And so I think that was part of the reason why I got picked is because they got to see my like camera presence, sense of humor.
And you had a following.
And it's
which
always
is important.
Strategic marketing.
Totally,
you know?
100. That's what happens nowadays, you know?
Truly. Even an artist, like a singer, you have to have a following now.
My daughter's a singer and she's also, she works at a record company, but whenever they sign artists now, you have to have a following. No matter how good you are, you have to have a following.
I know. I
get it.
It's crazy. Yeah. So anyway, I started trying, to be a comedian.
Good girl. That's awesome.
And I loved it.
Laughter heals.
I mean, it was so fun. It was such a different group of people that I was being exposed to. And so I wanted my social media feed to be just comedians, you know, feed the lifestyle you want and surround yourself by that.
Yep.
So Jeff was one of them. He lived in New York. I never in a million years thought we would meet, let alone go on a date, let alone, I guess now we're married. But he slid into my DMs, as they say.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah. And we were supposed to meet up in LA for our first date. And it got postponed because he was injured and in the hospital.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay.
He had like sepsis, I think.
That's minor. What?
Just a little cut from Hawaii.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
That's horrible. That's
I know.
scary.
It was very scary. I didn't know. Like, I thought he was ghosting me, but really he was just in the hospital.
Yeah,
He had a good
unconscious.
excuse.
Yeah.
In a weird way, I think that just like, I know people hate saying this, but like everything happens for a reason.
I believe it. I totally believe it.
Yeah. And so he was, bedridden in the hospital. What is he going to do except, text me?
Right, you.
So that night that I found out, we were just texting nonstop. And we really got to start off right away on like a solid foundation of like communication only. None of this like alcohol or intimacy, like just conversational, interactions.
Yes, that's beautiful.
And that was actually for a month before we then finally had our actual in-person first date.
Wow.
Yeah, we dated long distance. He was New York, I was LA at that time. And then we got engaged. See, May was our first day. August is when we got engaged.
Aww.
And then March, we got married. So it's very, very fast. The expression is, when you know, you know.
Yeah, I believe that too.
I get it now. I never understood or like, I was like, is this it? Is this it? And now I'm like, no, this is it.
Yeah. You feel it.
Yeah.
That's really beautiful and special and lucky.
Yeah. Oh, I feel so lucky.
Yeah.
Especially with everything,
So all the other shenanigans that have like decided to show up in your life.
Yeah. Right? Yeah.
Yes. So I call them shenanigans because you're like, you got to be joking.
Oh, it's
right. Right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I will say I was 33 at the time when I felt a lump in my breast.
You felt a lump.
So we're fast forwarding now to cancer for everyone listening.
Hello. So wait, so The Bachelor was 29, 30. You met cutie hubby and got married in what year?
Last year got married this year.
That's
awesome. Very fresh. Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, cool.
Yeah, which is crazy timing for everything because we had met, last year basically, and I had first felt a lump probably in the summer of dating him.
Of last year.
Okay. But at the time I'm 33. Yeah. I'm not thinking it's anything.
No.
I actually had like a benign cyst removed in my early 20s.
Same breast.
Which I was like almost to a fault because I used that as an excuse to ignore the lump. I'm going, it's just going to be another
benign cyst,
another lumpectomy. When I have time, we'll figure it out. Like it's summertime. I'm newly engaged now.
Yeah.
Fast forward, it's now the holidays, and I'm just like, I'll get around to it, know?
Yeah.
And then it was January this year that I said, okay, I should, start checking off my, it's new year, new me. Start checking off my to-do list.
Right.
One of them being like, I should get this lump checked out.
Yeah.
So I remember going in and being so I went alone. Like I'm not thinking this is a serious appointment.
Right.
I remember like taking like a selfie to like show my following, like, hey, going in, you know, get your boobs checked.
Yeah.
Not all booby checks are scary. Little did I know.
Right.
Yeah. So in the initial appointment, all it was a referral. So again, she's not telling me much. She's like, yep, we'll send you for a referral. Breast ultrasound.
Right.
So I had to wait like 2 or 3 more weeks for that. So,
from that appointment in January.
In January.
Okay,
so
got
again, I'm not worried. I'm like, yeah, this is all part of it, you know.
So wait, I'm going to go back for a minute.
Of course.
The benign cyst that you felt the first time and got and lumpectomied the first time.
Yeah.
Did they do a sonogram, ultrasound, mammogram? What'd they do for you?
I was in my early 20s and it was a breast ultrasound.
Because your breasts are too dense when you're young to do the mammogram.
Yeah. I'd never even they didn't even offer it.
No.
And almost within that ultrasound, the initial one, they like knew right away that it, according to them, that it was nothing.
Okay.
Now I question everything.
Well, why wouldn't you?
You know?
I mean, of course.
But luckily at that time, they were like, you know, it is nothing. However, it's potential it could keep growing and, you know, cause like, you know, mismatched breasts. If you want it removed, we can still do that. And I said, yes,
please.
take it out. You
Yeah.
know? So who knows, you know, what that could have been or turned into. It was so long ago.
Nope.
That experience then brought into my current experience when I got the second breast ultrasound, you know, fast forward to this year. It was a very different experience right away. And I remember lying there crying because I just knew, like, I'm a big energy person.
100% you can feel it.
I felt it.
When energy has turned.
Yep.
When energy is negative, when you can just feel it, right? You're an intuitive.
Yeah. And I felt it. I felt it. I remember just laying there. She was quiet. There was no validation of like, it's nothing. I could hear the machine because she takes pictures.
Yep.
Beep, and she just
hate it.
Beep, beep.
Hate
and I was like, she's taking a lot of photos.
Right.
And they're not, I think because of their like position or their role, like they're not allowed to
they
like,
can't
guide
say a word.
me.
No.
Yeah. And so she's not really saying much, but then she basically is like, can you stay for a mammogram? And I was just like, oh,
you're like, oh,
no.
crap, I'm screwed here.
Yeah.
Something's up. Yeah.
Yep. And I'd never had a mammogram before. My lump was a painful lump. And so when I go to get the mammogram, you know, I'm by myself. I'm a little distraught. The technician for the mammogram, she's like, oh, she has no idea. She just thinks it's a routine mammogram.
Right.
She doesn't know that it's breast cancer. She doesn't know that it's a painful lump. So like, this is actually a painful mammogram.
Yeah. They're all painful.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. Who knew?
Yeah.
Who knew? Yeah.
Yeah. And there was I was just like thrown into it. Like there was no, if I knew I was getting a mammogram, I would have done a little bit of research, watched some video.
Taken a Valium.
1,000%.
Yeah.
I just had no idea.
No.
Same thing. Once the mammogram happened, that different technician or I don't know her title. Also her demeanor change of like more like nurturing and soft. Of kind of like, oh, no, you know, and I'm so young.
Of course.
I'm so young.
So they wouldn't expect it.
Yeah, of course.
They wouldn't anticipate it at all.
Yeah.
Right.
And so then they're like, can you stay for a biopsy? And I was like, okay.
Sure.
Well, they couldn't get me in. I had to, wait. And it was the hardest thing to do because I'm in the middle at this point now. We're looking at February.
Right.
Which is when my lease is up.
Oh, geez.
It's when I'm selling my car.
Oh, God.
It's when I'm supposed to be leaving California permanently to then be with Jeff on the road internationally for a few months.
Okay.
We don't have a place to live. Like all these things that are like, oh, I have to make some pretty big decisions right now.
Right now. Yeah. Right now. So you were in California doing all of this.
I was in California
okay.
with Kaiser, which was who I was with at the time.
Okay. Got it.
So then it was like, do I stay with them with my insurance and continue moving forward? Do I get new insurance? Like, oh, Kaiser's not in New York. So it's like I have to start
all
fresh.
Over again. Right.
My family's in Washington. Is Jeff about to tour? It was
big
thing.
That's a lot to handle also on your own.
Yeah.
When you were not expecting it at all.
Yeah.
Okay. Big fat curveball. So what'd you do?
So I remember talking to like the initial woman, and there's so many people involved. So at this point, I don't even know what her role was.
No.
Coordinator at this point.
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
And I said, if I was your sister, your daughter, know, would you tell me to like take care of this now, or am I allowed to go travel for 2 months and just worry about it when I come back? Well, because cancer, I know at this point now that this lump had been there since last summer. You know, so it's slow progressing, but to what extent?
You didn't know.
I didn't know because at this time I'm now stage 4, but I don't know that.
Right.
So it sure was spreading. You know.
Yeah. It doesn't mess around, that cancer.
Yeah.
Little insidious. Little.
I was like, I don't know if I can swear, but
we can say whatever we want because you know what? We're like, we can do what we want.
Yes. I would cancel your plans.
Yeah.
I would cancel your plans.
Yeah.
And then Jeff surprised me by postponing his tour, world tour.
What a good man.
I know.
Beautiful,
I would
beautiful
never have
soul.
asked him
No.
like if he chose to go. Because,
Right.
I mean, we were at this point now, left LA. We were in Hawaii, like waiting for the results of this biopsy.
Okay.
Because I'm still holding on to like the, I don't know, 10% that it's not cancer.
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't you?
The
Yes,
mammogram gave me a BI-RAD score of 5, so it was pretty much cancer.
Yeah.
But, you know,
I don't know what that is.
The BI-RAD score? Oh my gosh. Okay. So
what's that?
So when you get a mammogram,
Yes.
they give you a score, like a ranking.
I don't know.
Did you get one when you had your?
I've had so many mammograms. I got diagnosed from a mammogram.
Interesting.
Never have I ever had a bad mammogram except for the time I got cancer.
Oh my God.
And I have no family history either.
Neither do I.
Go figure. Whatever. It's weird. So what's a BI-RAD score?
So I don't remember what it stands for,
Okay,
but it's
I'm
like
gonna look
it's a universal like scoring that they use in the U.S. To like rate your mammogram on the likelihood that it is or isn't cancer.
Okay.
So it's on a scale I think of like 0 to 5.
Oh, gee.
I think there's a 6. But a 6 basically means there's already known cancer that exists.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah.
I'm writing it down.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
So your BI-RAD score was 5.
Yeah.
You're like, oh.
And same thing. I didn't know what it was. And no one had called me about it. I was just sending my mom like these doctor notes, this doctor lingo. And she was the one who actually sent me this, like the breakdown of like what each score meant.
Okay.
And that's when I learned a score 5. It's broken down basically saying like 90% sure it's cancer.
Right.
And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. Great.
So I'm still holding on to that 10% that it's not. I'm in Hawaii because that's where Jeff's tour is kicking off.
Okay.
And before then, our flight to New Zealand is supposed to happen like within 5 days of this trip.
Right.
So I get the call. They say it's cancer. And all within our very disruptive trip in Hawaii, I have to make decisions on where am I going to live? Who is my care team? What about insurance? And so I remember in the time zone in Hawaii versus New York was very much a challenge too.
Yep.
And so I'm up there trying to like coordinate like getting insurance as a self-employed person who doesn't live in New York yet but is about to.
And doesn't have an address yet.
Yeah. Yeah. And then even establishing care of being like, hey, I have breast cancer.
Right.
How do I see your doctor?
Right.
Like, we need a primary care. And I'm like, okay, let me find that. I go, I don't really need to see one. I need to see an oncologist.
Yeah.
Sure. Let me have her check my heart.
Yeah.
So, so it was a lot. But ultimately, we made the decision to move to New York right away.
Great.
Transfer my care right away.
Great.
He postponed his tour, which was great because the beginning of cancer, anything, is the hardest.
Scary, nasty, awful stuff.
I couldn't have, I don't know what it would have been like to do those first like 2 to 3 months like without him or family or friends. Like you can't.
No, I had a really great group of friends that literally gathered around me and like took me place. You know, it was the greatest thing ever. No, you need it.
You have to.
You can't do it alone.
You have to. And then that's the thing. There's a lot of people who like hold their diagnosis very privately. And if that's the choice they want, then I respect it.
Of course.
But there is so much healing and nurturing and support and growth by like putting down those walls and allowing yourself to like receive love. Yep.
You know what? I think that's a really beautiful thing to emphasize because as hardworking people, you're one-on-one and, you know, driven. Obviously, you're very driven. I am too. And for me, has always been really hard to ask for help. Just is. But at that moment in time, being vulnerable and open to people loving you, it's like the greatest gift ever.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. And you want, I know you want to protect like your loved ones and not make them worry.
Right.
And, you know, but you have to allow yourself to let people
to be loved
come in. Yep.
And be cared for.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
So, okay. So you make the move. When did you find out about the stage?
Well, that was a very confusing thing because I was diagnosed as triple positive stage 3 with Kaiser.
Okay.
When I transferred care to New York in Columbia, I had enrolled for a clinical trial.
Oh.
Which was great because with that, they do a full deep dive on your cancer, including a PET scan, which isn't normally offered right away.
Right.
Unless they have reason to. So it was through this volunteering for the clinical trial and getting a PET scan, they realized I'm actually stage 4 because they had seen the spread to my liver. They had to retest, obviously.
Everything.
Everything.
All of it.
And then in doing so, they found out I'm not triple positive. I'm actually HER2 negative.
I'm HER2 negative. High five, girl.
Yeah. We're like, yeah.
We're HER2 negatives.
We can't reach each other, you guys. Which was crazy because all of these things matter because it depends on it depends on how
it depends on the treatment. HER2 negative is it's less aggressive than
triple positive.
Thank you.
Yes, and there's different combinations of chemo. Like people think chemo is just like chemotherapy. No, chemotherapy means chemical therapy, which means different concoctions, we'll call it.
Exactly.
Like formulas, you know? So chemo for one type of cancer doesn't mean it's the same exact chemo for another type. Nope. This whole time, because of course we're like now we're into March.
Right.
We're moving forward as if Kaiser was correct, which they were not.
They were not.
All the way to the point where I am 1 day away from receiving chemotherapy. I had a port placed.
Oh, geez. Where was it?
Right here in my breast.
Yep.
Yeah. Opposite of my lumpectomy. So now I have like matching little scars.
Charming.
Yes.
Right.
And I remember I had all the medication that you get before you are about to start chemotherapy.
Yep.
And I remember messaging my doctor.
Steroids, of course.
Anti-nausea.
Yep, all of it.
To the point where there's so much instructions that I messaged my oncologist the day before. I go, hey, I don't understand. Like, can you help break down this medication? Like, what am I doing?
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, well, hold on. Don't take anything because we're still waiting to confirm your HER2 status.
You're like, what?
I had no idea. And I think she just didn't want to give me that false hope of if I'm HER2 negative, you will actually not have to do chemotherapy because I'm stage 4 as well.
Right.
That was the first time I was hearing that. And I was like, I don't know if you've told me that before.
Right.
And I just didn't process.
Right. Because you process almost nothing when you're going through this. It's like, I don't know. It's like,
I'm just following. Whatever, I'm just
whatever they
showing
tell you to do.
Yep.
100%. I get that.
My aunt had flown into town from Washington State. I had my chemo bag packed. Like I am ready to go. I've accepted my fate.
Yeah, it was had you planned on doing the cold cap for your hair?
I did. Yep. Yeah. I purchased that, which insurance doesn't cover.
Nope. I did it too. Didn't work, by the way.
You say it did not work?
Did not work. I did one total sidebar. I did my first chemo.
Yeah.
And it was awful, by the way, the cold cap.
Yes.
Horrible. And the whole front of my hair fell out. I was like, well, I guess I'm just going to shave my head. So I did.
Yeah.
I just shaved it off.
You know, and if you would ask me today if I was going to do cold capping, I would say absolutely not.
Nah.
At the time, you don't know.
You don't know.
And you're scared and you want to like retain as much of who you are, you know?
Yes.
And I get it.
Yep.
Seeing my friend, because I'm now meeting so many people.
Yeah, you are.
Who are going through it right now or who have gone through it. And cold capping is just not, it's not worth the torture that you're going through already without the cold capping.
And it's only like works 60% maybe. It's not even, it's not worth it. I agree with you.
Yeah.
So, okay. So X, no cold cap.
Yeah, no cold cap.
Uh-huh.
But so then she's like, okay, well, we're gonna cancel your chemo appointment.
Okay.
And we're gonna just need to keep waiting. So I was like, okay. So I think within like 4 more days, we got confirmation that it was actually HER2 negative.
Great.
Which meant I didn't need to do chemotherapy.
Great.
So that was like crazy.
Yeah.
Getting diagnosed with breast cancer at 34 is crazy.
Yes, it is.
Being told, oh, by the way, I know you thought you were going to do chemo. I know we placed a port and we're getting ready. To be told last minute, actually, we're not. That's also crazy.
It's a little nuts. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just sort of like make peace with the fact that you have no idea what's going to happen next.
Oh, I didn't even believe it.
No idea.
I didn't believe it.
Yeah.
So in fact, I actually went back to Kaiser, filed a grievance, and said, I want you guys to retest it. I need like someone's wrong here.
Someone's wrong here.
Someone's wrong.
Yes.
I don't know who to believe anymore.
Yeah. And okay. And keep going. So what'd they do?
So Kaiser retested it. Kaiser, they're not even worth talking about, but they are trying their best to avoid responsibility,
conflict,
blame,
yes,
fault,
whatever.
You know?
Yeah.
And they have their own network of like protections that makes it very hard to sue them.
Yeah.
The best I did was get my medical debt waived. So
good.
That's a win.
That's a huge win.
I will never go to them again.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
And you're here in New York.
Here in New York, I go to Columbia.
It's beautiful, wonderful.
They've been amazing.
Yeah.
Learning about clinical trials is crazy. Like,
well, how lucky was that you enrolled in that? I mean, was that just again? It's sort of like the world just like works in these ways where all of a sudden there you walk in there, you get to do this clinical trial, you get to be you got the right information.
Yep. And I feel so confident with my team.
So good.
Since all of this, I've had my 3-month full body scan again. And that's how I know Columbia was right.
Is that a PET scan?
A PET scan.
Okay, you did a PET scan again.
Yep.
But wait, so what's your protocol then?
So I have to have suppressed my ovaries. It's called a Lupron shot in the butt every month. Huh. Or I could take my ovaries out, but that's very permanent when you don't have kids yet.
Yep. Did you freeze your eggs?
We did. Yes. So because we thought we were doing chemo.
Yep. So smart.
Brush over that too. Yeah, we went through a whole IVF journey as quickly as we could.
Good.
Actually here, RMA in New York.
Awesome.
Yeah, they're
Great.
amazing. If anyone's in New York, I 10 out of 10 recommend them.
You know what? That's really good to know. And I think that's really a helpful nugget for the gals in the community who are going to be paying attention to this because it's a resource, number one. And number two, it's something you absolutely must think about when you go through this and you're young. And you haven't had your kids yet.
Exactly.
Yeah, you have to.
Mm-hmm. And they're very familiar with if it's called onco-fertility or onco-IVF. There's a special word when it's cancer and
cancer
IVF.
Related, yes.
Because especially someone like mine, my cancer feeds off hormones.
I know. I was just thinking that because I'm on a suppressant now.
Yeah.
Even though I'm through menopause, you'd think. But no, I have to take an estrogen suppressant.
Yeah. Is it letrozole?
No, it is an anastrozole.
Because I also take letrozole to pair with it.
Okay, cool.
And then there's this drug that I take. It's called Kisqali.
Okay.
It was not available publicly, I think 8 years ago.
Okay.
7. It went, again, through all those clinical trials first.
Yeah.
And it's what is called targeted therapy.
And that's the therapy you're doing.
Yep.
It's not chemo.
No.
It's targeted therapy.
Yeah.
Is it immunotherapy? Is that what it is?
No. And some doctors may argue it's still a pill form of chemotherapy because, again, chemical therapy. It is a chemical going in,
Okay.
But it's targeted, whereas chemo, traditional chemotherapy, just attacks everything, good and bad.
Tell me about it.
This,
Nasty stuff.
Yeah.
Horrifying, nasty stuff. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy, and it's 2025. What is going on?
I don't know, man.
How are we still using this?
I know it feels barbaric, but it is, I guess, the only game in town right now, right? I mean, that we know that has data. And I was just just give me the data. I want facts. I want data. I'm going to go with the odds.
Yeah.
Right?
No, fair.
That's what I'm right? That's what you do.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're taking these pills.
Yep.
How do they make you feel?
Not great to start.
Yeah.
I think there's an adjustment period of you're all of a sudden you're a 34-year-old with all these hormones, you're taking birth control, you have this one way of your body feeling. Next thing you know, no more birth control, no more hormones, no more period.
Yeah.
And you're suddenly in medically induced menopause.
So you're in menopause right now.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So this watch is a hot flash watch.
Oh my God, the hot flashes.
Yes, it works very well. So
what does it do?
It blasts a little cold air, not air, but the metal gets really cold, ice on your wrist.
Does it happen automatically when you start to have a hot flash?
Not when you start to have one, but it'll go off automatically every, I would say, 10 or 15 minutes.
Oh.
Because what people don't realize with a hot flash isn't your body getting hot necessarily. I mean, it is, but it's because your brain is being tricked to think that you're hot. Therefore, it's oh, you're too hot. You should be sweating that out right now.
Oh my goodness.
But you're not hot. Your brain's just confused because you don't have hormones,
to
regulate your brain.
Ugh.
So that's why then when your brain feels this cold sensation on the inside of your wrist, it goes, oh wait, am I hot? I don't think so because I feel cold now. So that sense of a hot flash is canceled out. I'm learning so much. For example, a lot of people are very scared of hormones when their cancer feeds off hormones.
Yes.
But what people don't realize is there's studies that show you can take a vaginal estrogen to help offset some of the side effects of, having your hormones suppressed.
And not being able to have sex anymore because it hurts like a bitch.
Yes.
Excuse me, with the B word again. It's probably going to get beeped out, but ow.
Oh,
I mean,
totally.
Yes, it's really a bummer.
Yep. So this helps with it. And I think a lot of times doctors shy away from it despite the studies that are out.
I know, right?
And they're use lubricant, use coconut oil, whatever it is.
Doesn't work.
No.
Doesn't work.
And so you have to use, it's called estradiol.
Estradiol.
Yep.
I've heard of estradiol. I'm writing it down again because I'm going to ask my doctor about this. Because you know what? I gotta it's driving me crazy.
And really what it comes down to is the quality of life matters.
Yeah.
And so your sexual health is just as important as your overall health.
Yep.
It impacts your mood, your mind.
Yes.
And so,
Totally.
they have it in cream form. They have it in tablet form called Vagifem, funny enough, the name.
I wish they would find better names for
right?
things. Like,
you might as well call it Vag Popper. We make it a little more subtle when I go to the pharmacy.
I mean,
do you have any questions about your Vagifem?
Vagifem on aisle 4. Bring it over. Like, I mean, come on, guys.
Yeah. But I've been using it. It's been working great.
Yeah. Good. That's great.
And
really good.
Yeah. And every month I get my estrogen checked to make sure I'm still in menopause.
Right.
So that's also where me and my team feel good about trying this route.
That it's working.
That it's working,
right.
but I'm still in my safe zone of being in menopause.
Yeah.
Because when it's this concentrated external amount happening, it doesn't impact my overall health.
It doesn't get into your
cancer.
bloodstream.
Right.
I don't think. Isn't that what it is?
Yep.
I have to ask again. I'm going to ask
It's
my
like
doctor.
contained down below.
It's down below where you don't want to know.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to hear that. That's really good news.
Yeah.
Well, also with the anything HRT and around estrogen and those of us who are on suppressants, like the number one killer of women is heart disease. And when you don't have estrogen, like estrogen is known to protect your heart.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting here thinking like, okay, I need someone to do a spreadsheet on the odds. Like what are the odds that if I do the Vagifem whatever stuff, get to have good sex and, whatever, that my odds are better. Like I'm going to be better than if I just don't and I like shrivel up with no estrogen.
Oh, look, a life without sex is like a death
really
sentence.
Boring.
Like,
it's so boring.
And that's the thing that people I think don't realize is like, it sucks to have cancer, and stage 4 is like technically for now a forever diagnosis for me.
Okay.
But the way I like to word it is it's like a maintenance plan, like someone who's diabetic.
I was thinking that when I was reading your booby broadcast.
Yes.
Yeah, I was just looking at everything and I was thinking about that actually. I was like, it's diabetes.
Yeah.
It's today's diabetes is cancer because it is prolific. I mean, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
And the doctors that I've been talking to all say what they are seeing now is young women like you rolling in with stage 3 and stage 4 cancers.
Yeah.
Right?
It's insane.
Yeah.
I think I really do believe the medical advancements are like just around the corner.
Yeah.
The last 10 years there's been so much improvement in breast cancer care that I can only imagine what the next 10 years are going to look like.
Totally.
I mean, we'll be going to the breast cancer vaccine talk.
Right? We will.
Yeah.
We're going to stay in touch about this for sure. We're going to be the advocating ones about it. So what do they say to you now about, okay, here's where you are. You're X number of months in.
Yeah.
And you're taking your pill. I saw that your dose changed.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What happened there?
So for the medication I was on, it was 3 pills a day for 3 weeks on, 1 week off.
Okay.
And that 1 week off is because it's so intense on your body, your white blood cell count, that you have to allow your body to kind of like reset for a minute. But
it's just like chemo.
I mean, yeah.
Same thing.
Literally. And so with that, the initial symptoms I felt with 600 milligrams is how much it was. I was very tired. My hair was falling out.
Yeah.
My vision was getting kind of blurry. Like there was a lot of like heavy, and who knows how much of it is the Kisqali versus the letrozole. Because again, like you said, hormones are so beneficial for women. So there's just like a lot going on. And then where things got really bad was my liver enzymes, because I get tested every month on all my blood work, were elevated. And so that's concerning because if it's hurting me more than helping me, I have to stop the medication.
Correct. Yeah, because you can't mess with your liver.
Yeah.
Right.
And that was a really scary moment because the medicine has already proved to work. The tumor has shrunk. Like we have evidence of that.
Amazing.
Significantly. The liver, it's cleared up. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, wait. I've gotten goosebumps. That's amazing.
It is.
So liver's gone.
Liver's gone.
Check. And the boob is getting smaller.
Getting smaller. My next scan is next month.
Can you still feel it?
Nope.
And it doesn't hurt when you touch it anymore?
No, I'm so... Again, back to the manifestations.
Yes.
I'm manifesting no evidence of disease next month on my scan.
Yes.
If not next month, that's fine. I know it's in my future.
Yeah,
I just know it's in my future.
Why wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it be? Because you're doing everything you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And you're able to have good sex, which is like, it is so helpful. You mentioned something, again, on the Booby broadcast about something like called a DMX.
Yeah, double mastectomy.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Huh.
So I'll be getting that.
You are going to do that.
I'm going to go through with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have the an ATM genetic mutation.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yes. Which it's not as intense as BRCA,
right?
But it still increases my chances of breast cancer.
It does for sure.
And so with being stage 4, with having that, with my age, I said, you know what?
Do it.
Take it. Take them all. I don't want them.
Take the girls.
Yeah.
They've been good to me, but it's time to say bye-bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was a challenge because I do know in the medical industry, there's a lot of debate on whether it's worth it or not. You know, they're like, evidence doesn't really show that it's beneficial. So a lot of them push for a lumpectomy. But ultimately, you know, my body, my choice. And
100%.
I want that peace of mind.
Yes.
To me, my breasts are trying to kill me. So I don't want them here anymore, you know?
Great attitude.
Yeah.
Great attitude. And, you know, again, with whatever, it's such a personal decision. And
Absolutely.
I went to 2 different hospitals and doctors, head surgeons, and asked the exact same questions to each of them.
Yeah.
And with my stage, and I did not have genetic predisposition, they both said the same thing from, you know, an evidence-based standpoint for my situation, that I did not need a mastectomy. However, I said, if it will increase my chances of not having this ever again, I am fine with it. Like, let's do it. I don't want to mess with this. And they were like, no. But I've had subsequently a conversation with a different surgeon from a different hospital who disagrees with that. And it's like, you know what? It does improve your chances. It just does. So I am contemplating it, to be honest with you. I just am. So I don't know.
Yeah, you're entitled to it. I think, you know, as someone who had cancer, insurance has to cover that care related to cancer, even if you're already past, you know.
That's a great point. That's a really good point to tell everybody is that insurance covers the plastic surgery, the everything about it.
And ongoing. So initially I wanted to do a deep flap, which is where it takes fat from your body and uses it for your breasts. You can see me, I'm pretty petite. So a lot of doctors are like, I don't know if you have enough for that right now. And I was like, I don't want to go big. Like, no. You need more than you think.
Right.
And so the one thing my surgeon told me is, you know, you can do direct to implant now. And then if in the future you don't like it, you change your mind, maybe you're just older and you want something more natural. You want to go flat. Whenever you want to change your mind. You're allowed to do that.
And then it will be covered.
So I'm going into it with direct to implant. And I can do that because the other alternative is, you know, if you've heard of people doing expanders. That usually comes into play when radiation is involved or you want to go larger than maybe what you're available to have there. So they have to expand your skin. Yeah.
Ouchie.
So I don't need that.
No, I wouldn't want that either.
Just match it. Maybe make them like a little better, but
tighter, a little tighter. Give it a lift.
Do a little push.
Can you tuck my tummy while you're at it?
Well, that's what a deep flap is, though.
Is that right?
Yeah. And so for me, I was like, okay, well, I'm sure in the future at some point I'll be like, let's remove the implants. Let's do a little tummy, little tucky. You know, little whatever.
Exactly. Tighten things up a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so this doctor who I love was talking about the mastectomy, double mastectomy, and she was one of the pioneers, I think, of saving nipples.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's something you're contemplating or even able to do.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes. That's a great thing that you brought up.
Yeah.
So it didn't come into play for me, but it does come into play for women.
Okay.
And not only that, but nerve preservation. So I'm actually going to be going to San Francisco for mine because it's a husband and wife duo. The husband is an expert in preserving the nerves when you get the surgery. Because I know nothing about breasts, anything. Like I spent my whole life getting comfortable with my small boobs, only to then have to get them removed and like start all over with building that confidence again.
Yeah.
The one thing that happens that people don't realize is you lose that sensation.
Yeah.
Some doctors specialize in doing their best to like preserve some kind of feeling.
That's wonderful. I haven't heard that. I haven't heard that. Is that a new thing, or is that just a thing that's not talked about so much?
I don't know if it's necessarily new. I know there's not a lot of people who that do it or explore it. You know, it's when it comes to breast cancer and surgery.
Yep.
So something as you explore like your decisions in the future. Yep. You know what's important to you, your nipples, your sensation.
Yeah.
I will say for people who don't get to save their nipples during surgery, they have amazing 3D tattoos now.
Okay, cool.
That look just like a real nipple.
That's great.
It's amazing what's out there.
It is amazing, actually.
Yeah, there's a lot of care.
Right. And at the end of the day, the bottom line is what is going to give me the best odds, right?
Absolutely.
Like data-driven odds about my particular situation
Yeah.
and then like do it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, that's so great.
Yeah.
That's really, really great. Can you talk too about this community that you've put? So the beautiful thing too is
Yes.
you're so open about this. And I mean, you just jumped right into it. So thank you for that.
Thank you. I had to be. I mean, I didn't have to, but it would feel so disingenuous to go on through life with this big platform where I'm so public about what's going on in my life to pretend like I'm not okay.
Good girl,
you know?
man. You know,
And I had to, and it was Valentine's Day that everyone was posting about their dates and their love and their flower, whatever, and I was like, oh, this sucks. Like I'm not going to pretend like I'm having a good Valentine's Day. I'm not.
Is that when you got diagnosed?
Yes. I think I found out either the 11th, 12th, like somewhere in that range. I remember, I think the 14th was Valentine's Day. Everyone was happy and in love. And then I think the 15th, I was like, well, while you guys are doing this, I want to tell you I have breast cancer. I think I was so blunt, too. I think my caption was like, life update, I have breast cancer.
Yeah.
Because how you don't sugarcoat it.
No, you can't.
You just have to be so upfront.
No.
But yeah, I had this amazing audience that's, primarily women.
Yeah.
Men can get breast cancer, too.
Totally.
I didn't know you could get breast cancer in your 30s.
No.
And I felt like I owed it to my old self. I owed it to the women who follow me to educate them. Like, hey, mammograms might happen at 40, but cancer certainly happens whenever the hell it wants.
Right, it does.
And I learned very quickly that it's very common for women under 40 to have breast cancer.
Now it is. And sonograms are the things that will show it because they're for people under 40. Because they show, again, dense breasts. Younger, the mammograms are tricky. So 40 is the reason for that.
Yeah. Well, and what people don't realize is sure, a mammogram is covered as a routine checkup.
Right.
But if you have cause for needing to get one like myself, insurance will cover it. You just have to get a doctor to approve it and refer that.
Correct.
But you don't just get to go in with no problem and be like, I just want one for peace of mind. You have to have some kind of changes in your breast that your doctor agrees needs to be explored further.
Right.
And your insurance will cover that.
It will cover it.
Yeah.
Thank God. Olivia Munn has a great story too. I mean, I'm sure people are aware of and have plugged into her. There's some test that she took that was, I should know, but I don't know. Maybe you know what?
I was going to say Briggs-Myers. That's not right. But I know it's like, it's in her bio. She keeps it in her bio.
Yes. It's so great that you actually can take a test that would give you a score that is a determinant of the likelihood of you getting cancer, breast cancer. And it's wild, interesting, because her story was that it didn't show up in a mammogram. It didn't show up in a sonogram, but it showed up in an MRI.
Yes.
Right? And then she took that test. It was like, I don't know, just the fact that she kept going and then realized like she was in some deep trouble there, So you just don't know. Not to like put fear out into the world, but
no, it's true though.
So with mine, they did something called an oncotest.
Yes.
To get the onco score.
Yes.
Right? And they didn't used to do it for stage 1, but they do now, thank God. So my onco score, if you're like below 24, you maybe get radiation, maybe not. Depends on where you are. If you're over 24, you get chemo, and I had a 31. Even though I was stage 1 with no spread, they were like, "Oh no. You need chemo and radiation." I was like, wait a minute. I have the starter type of breast cancer. It's barely seeable, but apparently very aggressive.
Yeah.
So, holy mackerel, so much to know.
It's I could talk about it forever.
I know.
And I think that's kind of what I've been doing this year. Is just really documenting each step of my, I hate the word journey because that's what we use in the Bachelor franchise. But it is a journey. There's so much to learn. And there's people who are now following me just to learn for themselves, whether as a cancer patient, as a cancer supporter, a caretaker, or just as a woman who just wants to know, for if her time comes to be her own advocate.
Yes.
She's educated and confident enough to go back to her doctors and say, no, I don't care that I'm 25. I need this checked out.
That's so important. And you know what? That is a major platform for you, is this self-advocacy.
Yeah.
Because really, just to completely generalize, and we know this, we don't. We don't. Most women do not self-advocate, especially when it comes to medicine. With doctors, we just don't. We take what we are told and say, okay, the doctor knows. And they oftentimes just don't.
Yep.
They just don't do it. Yeah.
I mean, with my misdiagnosis, with my age, all these things, I'm telling women, I go, tell them I'm your friend. I'm your friend. My friend Katie has breast cancer at 34.
Yeah.
So I don't want to hear I'm too young. I want this checked out.
Yeah.
My friend Katie got a biopsy. What do I need to do to get a biopsy?
Exactly.
You know, like,
yeah.
Drop whatever makes you feel like you have that extra support.
Yep.
Tell it to your doctor. And I always tell people, if your doctor still isn't giving you the care that you think you deserve, tell them to put it in your chart and see how quickly a doctor changes their mind.
Nice.
Because the second they have to document that they are declining getting a breast ultrasound, declining allowing you a mammogram, despite you having discharge, a lump, dimpling, whatever the
change is, even though you're under 40 and maybe even in your 20s.
Absolutely.
Right?
I think one of the youngest girls I know was diagnosed at 19.
Oh, geez.
Yep.
Man, it's crazy, isn't it?
I think, and that's a whole nother thing that I don't think we'll know the answer to for 10, 20 years, but there's definitely this spike in young women, and maybe it's just technology and getting to find it sooner.
Maybe.
It's hard to say. I think people always want an answer, and I always tell them it's too hard to get one. For everything you think is a reason, should I have been a vegan? Then I meet a vegan who has it. You know?
I know that.
And it's like, oh, is it because I didn't have kids yet? And then I meet someone who has kids. And there's just too many variables that you can't pinpoint it on like one thing.
No, I know. I used to, I love drinking wine, by the way.
Yeah,
I love
absolutely.
it. And my sister is sober. And we got breast cancer at the exact same time.
See?
And I thought, and I was diagnosed first. And then she was diagnosed a couple months after me. And I thought for that moment of time, I was like, oh my God, is it because I drink wine? Like what?
Exactly.
But I'm healthy. Otherwise, like I meditate, I exercise, I eat organic food.
Yeah.
I'm very stressed out. I was very stressed out, but I'm not. I mean, I've worked on that. So, but so I was like, is it the stress and the wine? Like what? And then she got it. I was like, oh, nope, it's not. I don't know. I have no idea.
You'll never will. And that's, I think people really put a lot of blame on themselves. Even myself, I was really scared of just food in general.
Right. Me too.
What can I eat? Should I eat this?
So, totally. So what did you start doing? What was your dive?
So for the most part, like I'm still like a meat eater. I have to be realistic with myself. I can't commit to a full vegetarian or vegan. Definitely not vegan. It's hard. It takes work.
It takes work. It's not.
It's tough.
Yeah.
But for me, a couple things I changed, and these are going to sound so simple because they are.
Okay.
But my water intake. I know I wasn't drinking enough water in a day. Now I have to just because of my medication. But in general, I'm just more aware of my water.
Yep. Do you drink filtered water?
I do.
Good. Yeah.
So I actually, funny enough, I had a brand deal with Aquasana. And I told them, look, I don't want to commit to this unless I can test your water, your filter with a third-party company.
Yeah.
So I paid I think it was like $300 for a third-party company to analyze New York tap water, because New York tap water is known for being so good against the filtered water by this device.
Okay.
And I was so surprised in what the results were. And sure, the tap water is within legal limits.
Okay.
But when you start to see what's in there, you're kind of like, I don't know about that. And so now that I have this water filter, I tap water,
you don't want it.
I just can't.
I get that. Wait, so Aquasana is do you have a brand deal with them now?
I did a brand deal with them.
You did?
Yeah, because I trusted their product after testing it.
So you tested it. Okay, I need a filter on when I was a kid, we had a water filter on our tap. My mom was ahead of the curve. I don't have a filter, and I drink only water out of bottles. Glass.
Yeah.
I don't do plastic anymore.
Right.
No plastic. Yeah. Makes me nervous. Okay, what else?
I'll send you the link for the.
Will you?
Yeah, because there's two types. There's a full. I live in an apartment, so I don't have space for it.
I know.
I have a countertop one, but then there's one that you can connect and have it it's a fancier one.
Okay.
But it's amazing. I've tested it. That's the only reason I'm even saying their name, because their product works.
Because you know it works. Okay, good. This is going to go on our link of stuff you need to know.
I'll be and it's so funny too, because it's this watch. I actually reached out to the company. I was like, "Hey, will you guys sponsor me?" And they're like, "No." I was like, "Well, that's fine. I love you. I'm
gonna wear it.
Yeah, I still love it enough. I'll still tell people about it.
It's so funny. Good try though.
Yeah.
Good job.
But getting my steps in. When I compared my steps when I lived in LA versus New York, which is a huge walkable city.
I know, I love it here.
My steps have gone up.
Great.
I juice a lot more.
Great.
And a lot of people think, juicing is a lot of sugar. It can be, and depending what you're juicing, there's a whole thing about it.
Yeah.
But I just try to make sure that I juice about 2 pounds of carrots in my mixture.
I love carrots.
It's surprisingly so good.
Oh, I love carrots.
And people don't realize it's like, sure, I'm taking out the fiber, but I'm getting this like high potency nutrients.
Yeah.
And I don't care.
Yeah.
When you have cancer, you're just like,
bring it.
You could sell me a jar of air and I probably would buy it to try it. You know?
No,
unfortunately.
I couldn't agree with you more.
I will say I still will enjoy a glass of wine.
Me too.
I still enjoy the sugar. Like, there's only so much I can do.
I know.
And the thing that people, I think, don't realize is like, I might have cancer, but every day we are one day closer to death.
Right.
Regardless of
in general.
cancer.
Yes, we are.
And so for the whatever moments I have, whether it be short or long, I'm just going to enjoy it. And if that means drinking the glass of wine, having the damn cookie,
do it.
I'm going to have it.
Girl, I am so with you. My doctor said to me too, she said, this is a wake-up call for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a wake-up call. How do you want to live your life? This is my oncologist who I love. And she's like, wake-up call, let's go. Let's get on it. And I was like, you know what? Hell yeah. Like, I'm on it. I'm on it.
Yeah.
And, boundaries are so good now.
Right?
So good. Do you feel that?
Oh, you are a new person on the other side of cancer.
New person.
A better person.
I love her.
Yeah.
I love I love it.
That made me emotional. That's so badass.
Do. I'm so proud and so like, fuck it. Excuse my mouth. Oh my God. I'm going to get like beeped.
Let it out.
Like, what are we waiting for?
Right.
We have all these things that are on us and in us from what? For what? And then all of a sudden this happens and you're like, okay, like who knows? We don't know.
Right.
We don't know how much time we have, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So like get on with it.
Yeah.
Do what you want to do.
Exactly.
Make something happen, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yes. And you're doing it. Can you just tell us a little bit about the Booby broadcast?
Yeah.
And what that is galvanizing, because it's great.
Yeah, it's so crazy. So I'd never used it before. It's a community like chat board, we'll call it.
Yep.
That Instagram will host on your profile. And so initially I started it as a way to kind of almost like a diary, like share my feelings and what I'm going through.
Yeah.
But then what I quickly learned is your audience can engage back within that discussion. So if I'm like, hey, I'm getting a colonoscopy today, and people can respond and be like, here's a tip for you, And so women and men there's in there too can engage back and forth on that topic of choice that I'm putting in there.
Great.
And so it's grown to about like 60,000 members.
Amazing.
Of just people who are just interested in following along with whatever I'm sharing.
Great.
But also there's moments where I'm like, hey, we're going to use this post as a way to connect people who want support.
Yep.
Share your subtype of cancer because as you know, there's triple positive, triple negative.
I just saw that. Yeah.
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 And it was so like heartwarming to see all these people step up and be like, I'm here if you need support, or other people like, I'm looking for support.
Right.
And these people are connecting. Because
beautiful.
There's only so much I can do when it comes, like my DMs are crazy.
I imagine.
And I do my best, but I can't get to everybody.
Of course not.
But if I can connect two women who like meet because of me and they're now each other's online support sisters, it's the best.
How beautiful is that?
I love it. I love it so much.
This is beautiful, beautiful what you're doing.
Thank you.
Like really, thank you for that. It's massive because you do feel alone when you're going through it.
Absolutely.
You really do.
Yeah.
And I just have to say, just from a complete surface standpoint, your skin looks beautiful.
Thank you.
And because I'm in the skin business.
Well, I did just have a facial with you guys.
Oh, that's right, of mine, which is awesome. No, I'm great. No, it looks really, really good. And that was the thing actually that I was most concerned about when I was going through it was my skin, because as an older person, any person actually, your skin gets, when you go through chemo and radiation, your skin gets nailed.
And they don't talk about that.
No.
At all.
I know. And I was literally, given what I do for a living, I was like, hello, everybody. Anyone want to talk about skin, the biggest organ in your body?
Yep.
Anyone want to talk about it? No.
Yeah.
So I would bring a baggie of the naturopathica stuff, which is all botanical and like whatever. Healing. Carrot seed oil, when you said carrots.
That's it.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Right.
Because I just got a little.
It's good.
Yes.
It's great.
Love it.
Yes. So when you do your DMX, you can use it. It's oncology safe and it's great. Anyhow, I used it and used it and used it and just slathered it. And I brought it to my doctors and said, can someone talk to me about this? Why aren't you guys caring? They're like, I'm focused on fixing your cancer. I'm like, but what about, you're giving me steroids. How about like a prescription for some skincare?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's so many layers to your care, and your team is so hyper-focused on their expertise.
I know. And I'd ask about like supplements. Can I start taking supplements? No. Can I start? It's going to interfere. Can I start, like, what can I eat? What can I do? Talk to the nutritionist. They'd like have me talk to a nutritionist as opposed to being able to talk to me about it, because you're right. They're very focused and specific on what they do.
Yep.
And they have to be. And they're great at what they do.
Right.
Yeah.
But it is tough because you're trying to like coordinate a whole team.
A whole body.
And you're like, well, do I need radiation? What if it clears up on its own? What are the, and there's so many questions.
I know. Well, you are providing such a great resource and service to so many women.
Thank you.
And is there anything else that you want to share before we say goodbye for just now? Because there's going to be more.
I'm sure. No, I mean, the biggest thing for anyone listening is just like the dialogue people use is breast awareness. Be aware of what is normal for you and what is not. I know it might be daunting to think of like a self-exam every month on the same day. That's what a lot of people preach.
Yeah.
But it's not what a lot of nonprofits and medical expertise recommend, because you can, forget. And so ultimately just like know what your breasts feel like. People are like, what do yours feel like? I'm like, it doesn't matter what mine feel like. What do yours feel like?
Right.
Is something looking different, feeling different?
Yes.
Then you need to bring it to your team and not use Google.
Right away.
Yeah.
Right away. Yep. Absolutely. Thank you for that. Thank you so much for your time.
Yes.
Really, really great to talk to you.
Thank you for having me. This was so great.
Pleasure. And we'll do it again.
Yes.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Inside the Wellspace. Subscribe now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you listen to your podcasts.